Okay, a lot of people love to talk, but they don't really say nothing. You can drop a like and go subscribe, knowing 2-5 probably finna hate something. Chop it up about the game, give a little game, knowing you can take something. We just saying less and saying more, should've known before you in the right place. You know Jack can keep it radical, a little crazy with his take, but he gon' keep it factual. And you know he been a fan of wrestling since attitude. We ain't here to be the ones you playing with. Red steady dropping gems only for relationships. We ain't never thinking Liam Neeson if you take it. Come and tap in with your favorites. Hey, we gon' talk about your latest. Yeah, come and tune into the station. Come and listen to this conversation. Like and subscribe, we going live. We gon' tell you what you need to hear in perfect moderation. Wait, it's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Hey, hold up.
We are not experts. Do not take advice from us. We are just people talking on the internet. We are not experts.
And welcome to Say Less, Say More. A trio you never knew you needed. Go and get your money, little duffel bag boy. Go get your money, little duffel bag boy. Tonight, this is an episode about professionalism. We're going to talk to y'all old broads out there hitting walls. We got a lot to get into. Some Spider-Man, some of this, some of that. We heard some stuff on the Joe Budden podcast.
Joe Budden podcast.
And much else from this week. And of course, for those of you freaks that want to stay up late with us, we got LeBron.
I don't have it in there. I don't have it in there yet.
That's crazy. But I got the gang with me. The one and only. The only person you'll find in 49ers gear not in the hospital. He goes by the name of El Residente.
I'm gonna tell you who fan base is crazy. You know what I'm saying, friend? Their fan base is crazy. You know, San Jose, they not playing out there. Real rap.
I go by the name of 2-5, and in case you didn't know, I am a red-blooded man. I'm a red-blooded man.
Why do you like this?
And then we got our guy in the middle representing Samoan heritage.
Come on, man. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Jackie Rains, Jackie Huso, Nemo Hose, a.k.a. Finding Nemo, a.k.a. Swaggy J, a.k.a. DJ Radical Jack. If you see me looking sideways right now, I didn't realize that the pod was about to start, so I'm finishing a game of 2K, but sooner than later you will see me looking straight into the camera. Let's go.
Let's get to it. So, those of you that are confused, you are now listening to the sounds of Say Less, Say More. Do me a favor out there, like, review, subscribe, share, rate. It's all free. I promise I will never charge you a dime. And as we kick this off, fellas, let's check in.
Let's do it.
Red?
Am I going first? First of all, do you have an echo? Let me know if you have an echo.
No.
I hear an echo.
Oh, I definitely hear the echo. Maybe it's me.
It's Jack.
The person that
doesn't have the echo. Jack, it's you.
I can't have an echo. Hold on.
I think he just fixed it.
Oh,
never mind.
No. And they got an echo too.
And it's not only an echo; it's like a delayed echo too.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad.
This feels like one of those deployment phone calls.
Thank you, Lindsay, for watching. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And notice that the echo went away as soon as Jack pulled himself out of there. See, it's crazy.
See?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome to the pod. So, I guess I'll go first. And to start off, sorry, on a sort of somber tone, we'll sort of lift it up from here. Today, last week, my father-in-law passed away. We laid him to rest and gave him his flowers, and it was just dope to see first of all, losing somebody is really what up. Hey, Sean, how you doing? It was really tough to go through it. One is my wife's father. My wife's a daddy's girl, and she's had the benefit of having multiple Black fathers. Men in her life that really stood in the gap for her and were there for her in her most formative years, and made her the wonderful, awesome woman that she is today, and a woman that I'm proud to call my wife. And Mr. Kurt passed away suddenly. We didn't expect it, but the way the community really gathered themselves around her and our family and showed us love, I'm just really grateful for them. Peace up to Mr. Kurt. I love you so much. We miss you. The family misses you already. We're still sort of we're beginning the healing process of that. But that was really my week is preparing, to lay my father-in-law to rest and trying to make sure that we did right by him. But the city of Moncks Corner, the Berkeley County as a whole, Berkeley High School, Berkeley County School District, I have nothing but great things to say about them just for the way they showed up for my family. So thank you for that. And 2-5 is going to make it a much happier thing. What's up with you, my guy?
Well, yeah, first of all, rest in peace. And I was going to make it happier because I was about to clap for Isis getting her driver's license.
She did.
She
did get her license.
Let's not forget that now. There was a little bit of joy.
Thank you, man. With everything going on, I forgot all about it. Isis did she passed her driver's test. She we talk a lot about, giving your kids the independence. So she, one of the rules in our house is in order to get your driver's license, you have to go through driver's school and you have to pay for your driver's school. You have to show a real initiative to want to go to driver's school. So she paid for her driver's school. She went through the driver's training and she passed with flying colors. She's a really good driver, and I'm really happy that she went through that. And she's heading off to school next week. So she's heading off to college next week. So that's really big. And with out of the tragedy came something good, which was my son got to come home for a couple of days from AIT. I'm from Fort Lee, Virginia. So RJ, I know you probably not watching the pod right now, but RJ came home. We was happy to see him. So yeah, those are two really good things. And Ariana's home from Guam. So I've been able to spend some more time with my kids that I normally am able to spend. So even from the bad stuff, God did some really amazing things. So thank you for bringing that up, 2-5. I appreciate that.
That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
But I am happy. I am full of joy because I got football on my TV. And I don't care that it's the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. I'm here for it. But in
which
other
quarterbacks
news,
did they start?
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just got in the crib, so I didn't even see they're in the second quarter already. So
okay, all right.
I know Carson Beck started. But yeah, so this week, finishing up my first class at Nebraska University.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, this is what you get at Say Less, Say More. It's raw and uncut in here. You get to see the real side of podcast.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, we doing that. I dropped the article today, know what I'm saying, on chopchat.com,
Chat.
Ranking Florida State schedule from from easiest to hardest. Outside of that, man, it's just another day on God's green earth. So, I'm happy about that, and I think we got Jackie Uso back. So, Jack, what's going on? What's happening on the other side of the Alamo?
Well, I was happy, then I was sad, and now I'm frustrated. So, in good news, my wife is out having a good time with her bestie. They're out there in Austin. They went to some concert, and yeah, cool. That's not the problem. Problem is, I was just playing a really good game of 2K, and then my son needed to take a bath. So, of course, nobody can get him in the bath because why, right? So he starts panicking and all this other stuff. So I go out there, put him in the bath, and then I'm just like, you know what? Since I'm already here, might as well just bathe him too. So we started bathing, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to come back, get on the pod, finish my game. Oh, I can't finish my game because I got booted because I took too long. So, FTK.
And you still have an echo.
FTK. I got an echo. This is awesome. This is
all
awesome.
right. Well, you know what I'm saying? All echoes aside, I guess we'll get right to it.
It's
you
good.
know.
No, Jack. As long as you're not talking, just mute when you're not talking, and I think you'll be fine. Because right now it's no echo. All
yeah.
right.
So
Well,
it's
Lindsay
perfect.
doesn't hear it, so.
Well, it's perfect that this is happening right now because our first topic is blacks and professionalism.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod with your unprofessional ass, Jack.
Jesus.
Wait, why am I unprofessional?
Because you have the echo. All right.
But anyway, go ahead, Rez.
No, so it actually comes from Jack. Can you mute? Jack, mute. All right, so this conversation came from a conversation that we actually saw on a Twitter video, a video on TikTok, which talked about this young man getting a job. So we wanted to start by watching the video and then reacting because we didn't want to just talk about it without y'all being able to see the video. And a really good conversation is going to come out of it. So I'm going to start with playing this video, and then we're going to go from there. All right. So Jack, do not unmute. Thank you. All right.
What happened to the days of teens being able to find a part-time job in the summer?
They be doing too much, and they ain't worth all that. We're not paying like itty bitty teen money. We need somebody who can actually do the work. Even though minimum wage is still technically $7.25 or something like that, most jobs are paying well above that. Back in the day, it was so much easier to find a teen job because you were getting paid minimum wage. At my previous company, hiring for some of our branches. Interviewed this one guy, he was like 30. The team wanted to ship him off to another store. I said, no, bring him over here to work under me. I want him to be a supervisor in one of our locations. So now I'm training him and he does phenomenal work and I'm actually proud of him. I'm so proud of him. Some months go by and another guy applies. This young dude is 18 years old and he tells me about how he's been working since he was 14. That automatically piqued my interest because I've been working ever since I was 14 as well. We decided to give him a chance. From the get-go, we noticed that there are problems when it comes to following direct instructions. Everything is not negotiable. When we say something, that's exactly what we mean. And I work in an industry with all men. It's pretty much just all men. And I'm the only black man in senior management. So as he's training in our locations, the rule is if you have hair, it does not matter what it is, it must be pulled back. The white man with long hair is pulled back into a ponytail. It must be pulled back for safety. The supervisor that we hire, he has like braids. His hair is always pulled back in a ponytail. He makes no issue with this. This 18-year-old has locks. For whatever reason, he believes that he can wear his locks out. It's not negotiable. If you are raising your black boys to believe that they can just wear their hair how they want to, and any business is supposed to accept that, you are setting your son up for failure. The next time he came to work, it wasn't pulled back. Little did he know, he had already stifled his career just like that. He could have been someone that we wanted to train to go into an assistant manager role eventually, to possibly have his own location. His insubordination with just pulling his hair back already eliminated him from any consideration. I told his
Oh, the mute button with another casualty. You know, so look.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say it's a much longer video. I took the rest of it because I didn't want to have to sit here and watch the whole thing. But it gets it becomes a much deeper, darker story as it goes along. But it just speaks to the thing that we're going to be talking about, which is we have a generation of kids who, for some reason, are coming to think that they don't have to follow certain rules. And I'm not sure if this specifically speaks to black people, but we are black men talking, so we're going to talk about black people when we talk. Go.
Yeah, so I know first thought a lot of people are going to have is over some damn hair. You know what I mean? And that might be a valid first thought, but he even mentioned that it was for safety precautions.
Yeah.
And that it applied to everybody. So this wasn't an issue where it was like, hey, black people, put your dreads away and everybody else can just rock because they can rock. You know, it was a specific reason that was laid out for you to do this. Now, that goes back to a lot of what we talk about with parenting. You know, like when we were kids, you know, you were to be seen, not heard. You know what I mean? Like, so when a grown up or an adult or your boss, whoever it was, when you were at work, they tell you to do something, that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? Then we graduated to, okay, just pull them to the side and have a mature conversation. Now it's like, why? And it's like, because you want to get paid, right? That's why. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't tell you to do something illegal. I didn't tell you to do something that is against your religion or anything like that. I'm trying to protect you. So if you got a problem with it, come talk to me in my office. We can have a one-on-one conversation so that way you don't get embarrassed in front of everybody. Just let's sit down. Let's talk like gentlemen. And, hey, why do you need me to pull my hair back? The reason I need to, so on and so forth. Versus, you just blew an opportunity. And then you don't know who these people know, who's in their network. So, hey, I know this guy. He applied to my, you know anything about him? Oh, yeah, like he don't follow simple directions, man.
Yep. And
then that's how you get blackballed and you say the man holding me down.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something that I know Jack probably has some input on it because Jack, this was his topic, so I want to make sure
this is
you have
his
an opportunity
bag.
to get in. So I'm gonna mute up and let you talk. Go.
The mute button wins again.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me clearly? Am I good?
Yes.
No echoes.
And there's no echo.
I bet. So I had to get rid of the microphone and just put a headphone on. So whatever. Here we go. Yeah, I think that this topic, we brought it up. I forgot why we actually talked about it. It was one random conversation we had, but yeah, it just goes back to the whole people should accept me for who I am, and when I'm at work, if they can't accept me for being me, then then that job's not for me, blah blah blah. But my thing is, and I talked about it today. When I first got out the military, I got fired from like the first 3 jobs I had. And the reason I got fired was because I was like going in there talking to people the same way we talk in the Army. And for me, I was like, oh, well, this is normal conversation. Somebody messes up at work. Hey, dickhead, pull your head out your ass. You can't talk to people like that in the civilian world. They don't react well to that. It's rude and it's not professional. But me being the person that I am or was at the time, I didn't, hey man, you're not gonna tell me what to do. Tell them to stop being soft. Of course, I would use different language than that. It was all terrible. It didn't work out. One time I had a dude talk to me and he was trying to explain something to me, but he kept calling me the wrong name. And it pissed me off. I asked him not to do it one time. He did it again. And I took all these papers and I threw them in his face. And I said, maybe now you can read my fucking name. Needless to say, I got fired.
Yeah, that's a good way to get fired, Jack.
But, I say all that to say, professionalism is a real thing. And you have to have decorum when you go into these places that you deem professional, especially when we talk about corporate America, right? I've worked in banking and all these other things. Now, I'm a diesel truck mechanic, so I don't really have to worry about those things anymore.
Right.
But when I was
family.
Right, diesels, But when I was doing other things, you had to go in there and speak to people the right way. Shout out to Damien. I worked at CarMax and I was selling cars for a while. And when I got to CarMax, Damien was the first person to tell me, like, hey, big dog, I don't know what it is about you military guys. And y'all think y'all can just talk to people crazy, but that's never going to fly and you're going to keep getting in trouble. And that was honestly like the first time that I really cared about the input of somebody else and thinking like, okay, maybe there's a purpose here. Maybe I should try to fix the language just a little bit and stop being so abrasive with my wording. You don't have to tell somebody that you're a dickhead. You could just say, hey, that's not the way that these things work. Let's try a different method. Let's approach this a different way. You don't have to just be so rude about it. So, I say all that to say, in this story, Buddy told him to cut his hair, come on time, do these things. And he just refused to do it because he just thought, why? I can do it my way and it'll work. You guys need to accept me for who I am. The story actually gets a lot better where Rez cut it off, where it really shows he gave this man mad chances.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want to take he didn't want to take the olive branch. And eventually he actually got fired. But the reason he got fired is simply because people are not being told to do the thing that they're supposed to do to maintain the job. They're being told that people should accept you for who you are, and if they don't, then they're wrong and you're not. And that's the fallacy that we need to fix.
No, I agree totally, Jack. I think one of the problems is that, and just going back to sort of like you said, the impetus was, we have a rule here at the job. Whether you think the rule is a good rule or a bad rule, it's a rule of the job. And so you have to follow the rules of the workplace, bar none, period, right? In every workplace you go to, there's going to be a rule. The rule may be you have to be on time. So if you're late, you're going to get gigged for that. The rule may be you have to have a uniform. If you don't have the uniform or all parts of the uniform, you're going to get gigged for that. The rule may be, hey, we wear hair nets at this place because it's a food facility and we got to make sure we keep hair out of the food. If you don't do it, you're going to get gigged for that. And I see Pinnacle in there. Hey, Pinnacle is one of my students. I taught her in 4th grade. Hey, Pinnacle, how you doing? In life, you're going to have things that you're going to have to do. And we have this society now that instead of telling kids, hey, there is a world that has existed before you got here, and there will be a world, that world will exist after you leave, and that world has rules, and you have to follow them, whether you like them or not. Instead, we make excuses, and we say, well, maybe you don't have to follow the rule because da-da-da-da-da. No. You too have to follow the rules of society. And the more kids don't understand that, like to Jack's point, when the guy was continuing to talk, what he was saying was that the kid that the kid started making up reasons why he couldn't close. He was hired to close at the job, and then he started saying, well, I can't close because I don't have a ride home. He offered the kid a ride home and literally set up for him to get a ride home, and then the kid started making other excuses why he couldn't close. And then, like, one night he was supposed to close, and he left and went to a party, like mid-shift. And it's like, when these things happen so often on the internet, everybody wants to make an excuse why it's okay that the kid broke the rule, instead of saying, hey, kid, you got to learn the lesson of life, which is rules exist, and you must follow them, or there are consequences.
So my thing is, like, we see all this stupid stuff on the internet every day, like, would you do this for $500,000? Would you drink a bottle of Carolina Reaper hot sauce for $1 million? And it's like, you ain't got to do all that. Just do the damn job we hired you to do. Now, and the rule applies to everybody. So it's not like he was being singled out.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, what you should do for money? What I hired you to do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We don't got to put all this X and O's tic-tac-toe on it.
Yeah.
So after opportunity, which leads us in a second to Tuskegee,
right?
And the whole Durags and Bonnets and all that kind of stuff. There's a couple of different worlds that we live in. You know what I'm saying? And one of them is the real world.
Right.
There are fights that we're fighting, to Crystal's point. There's fights that we're fighting that we will continue to fight until they are won.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to be in position to be able to have those fights.
That's it.
So in fights, unfortunately, cost a lot of money. So if you take yourself out of the job market, a lot of times you can't contribute to the fight anymore.
Right.
So from that standpoint, like, I don't know what you could tell this kid, because he already had his mind up that he was going to do whatever he was going to do.
Yes, he did.
You know what I mean? Regardless of what the job was going to say or do or whatever the case may be. And the problem that I usually see, and I don't want to generalize, but the problem that I usually see is within their circles, it's, oh, that's some old BS, man. Why they acting like that? No, somebody needs to be the adult and say, yo, do you want to make this money or not? Exactly. If you don't want to work there or you can't comply to what they're asking you to do,
go work
find another job.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because in a lot of cases, these jobs, and I know the economy is what it is, but in a lot of cases, these jobs are like cars. You need to make this sale more than I need to buy it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you need my labor more than I need to specifically work for you.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to pull your hair up, go to a place where you don't have to, because they exist.
Right. And just to go to I don't know if Crystal saw, but the guy who was talking was a black man. And he also said in the video that there were other people at the company who also had dreadlocks and it was the same policy. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
so they
it
didn't
was-
tell him to cut
yeah.
his hair.
Yeah, they didn't tell him, hey, you can't have hair. It was like, no, this is the policy for this. And like the guy was, you could tell he was really trying to invest in this kid. Like I'll post a link to the video so y'all can see
He
it.
he couldn't have his hair. He just had to have it in a ponytail.
He
just had to pull it back.
Pull
Yeah,
it back.
pull it
That's
back.
all he said. Yeah, he said pull it back. But
And
yeah, it was.
You're
it was
right.
a
If
lot.
you have microaggressions, you should address them through the proper channels. But
For
they
sure.
really weren't microaggressive. This man was
Nah.
working hard to keep this kid on. He was going against the boss because there was another boss that had told him like, "Hey, get this guy out of here. We're done." And
Yeah.
he kept working with him and working with him and working with him. I wish you would have played the whole video, honestly, because but
Let me see. He said, y'all are leaving out the fact that how they look at themselves, look at off.
How
Jesus.
they look is often a reflection of themselves, and a lot of times that view is shaped by the people around them.
Yeah, no, agreed. No, agreed totally, Crystal. Like I think that's absolutely the case. And that's why what he was doing was so important and so valuable, right? That's why it was so valuable, was because he was literally saying, like, these are the links that I went to help this kid. And this kid may have came from a detrimental situation where he didn't know any better, but he's also a business owner, right? He also, and this is the part that we don't have the conversation about enough, because capitalism, and I know we don't think that business owners have rights in a lot of cases, but they do have a certain reason they have work culture, right? You go to Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A employees dress a certain way, their hair is a certain way, and they say certain words. And if you're not willing to do those things, you shouldn't be at Chick-fil-A. You should go work somewhere else where you don't have to do those things. I remember I was at a dollar store one day. I was at Family Dollar. And I was at Family Dollar one day, and this kid like literally had his phone. And when I tell you he was on his phone, like it was on speaker. And he was talking on the phone while he was checking me out. And I was like, why is this a thing? Like, one, at minimum, you should have had headphones in. Like, if like you should not be on your phone while you're doing a job in general. But if you're on the phone and you're dealing with a customer, you should at least put the phone away or have earpods in so I can't hear you and the person you're talking to talking. But I'm pretty sure that if that person got fired, they'll say, I did everything right. Why do I have to change this? It's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. Anyway.
It's definitely weird. But, which brings us to Tuskegee, and
love you,
so
Crystal.
I'm just, I already know that y'all know what I'm talking about. So get them, Jack.
Let's go.
So 2-5 has an issue with that thing that he has on his head, the Durags. He doesn't like when people wear Durags in public, and he doesn't like when people wear bonnets in public. He thinks
I did not say those words.
Jesus.
#ghetto. So
I did not say those words. I do not use the word ghetto.
He thinks it's unprofessional in the civilian right. You should not come out of your house without the proper decor. I mean, I'm sorry.
All right, you ain't doing it right. Listen real quick. So hold up, wait. No, so like I see y'all going to these bars, going to these clubs, going to these establishments, and you ain't got no damn bonnet on your head. You know what I'm saying? I see you, go to places that you deem important. You know what I'm saying? Where the ball is at and where like all this stuff is going on. You ain't got no damn bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? So don't come up in here talking about like, oh, I'm going to class or whatever the case may be. And because what if they were out? They had to get up early and they had to get to class. If you had time to wash your ass, and hopefully you did that, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got time to brush your hair too. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got time to care about your appearance, because that's what I was getting at. Like, in a bunch of different worlds, one of them being the real world. Yeah. Your appearance is the first thing that people see about you. That's black, white, whatever it might be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And we all know that Jack gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? So right off top.
Jack, that's crazy. So let me back this up just a little bit, because I want to make sure we have context, because not everybody watches the news and everything. So what we're talking about is Tuskegee University recently updated their dress code coming into the school year, prohibiting bonnets, durags, bedroom slippers, and revealing clothing in classrooms, the cafeteria, and official university events. Additionally, the policy requires incoming students to bring at least one business suit and proper shoes for professional meetings and formal occasions like convocation. So where I want to come in is from the aspect of two ways. One, as a former educator, as well as a parent of college students, right? I didn't send my kids to college, me, Rajon Lewis. I didn't send my kids to college to be the person that they were at home. That's the first thing. I don't know why everybody else sends their kids to college. And again, we are black men talking about this issue. So I understand the retorts that are going to come about, well, white children this, white children that. Right?
We'll get to that later too.
Yeah, we definitely get to that. But especially you talk about the founding of HBCUs, right? HBCUs were founded in order to make sure that black children had an opportunity to get access to an education, right? These black children were setting themselves apart from the rest of society by doing certain things. Much like if you go to a boarding school, right? You go to a boarding school, they make you wear a what?
Uniform.
A uniform, right?
What
Because
would you be mad?
if you wanted your kids, I would have been very mad. If you want your kids to act, to behave and act like all the other kids in public school, you would have sent them to public school. However, you separated them and you sent them to private school, which you paid for to make sure that they had a separate situation. So things that you would do in your normal situation, you're not going to college to do, especially HBCUs because of the role that they see in their grooming of young black professionals. So I actually like the idea of Tuskegee saying, hey, our students will be separate from what y'all are used to seeing. They're also establishing a level of professionalism that, going back to the conversation we had earlier, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do to get things done that you want to get done.
Yo, I've never heard Crystal's voice in my life, but I read that in her voice.
Crystal's hysterical. We got to bring Crystal on the pod.
I read that in her voice, and I never even heard it before.
This is how I feel, bro. I feel like, I don't know about everybody else, right? You say you didn't send your kids to college to look the way they look at home. My thing is this. I don't think that anybody should be going to college courses or class just any old kind of way, right? However, I also know that as a black man who has wore a durag multiple places and times, depending on whatever, whether it's like 2-5 has it or whether I got a cap over it, whatever. Especially if we talking about 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Dog, there are dudes that used to come in high school. We used to wrap our hair and we didn't take the durag off until second period. You know what I mean? So to me, a durag is not automatically ghetto. A bonnet, especially now, the way that they have these bonnets and stuff like that, yeah, you can look at it a certain way, but I also think that all of this goes back to an attractive privilege. Depending on the person, depending on how they look, they get away with things that less attractive people cannot pull off.
That's not true, Crystal.
It is definitely true.
That is not true.
The popular girl who comes in with
that, I was talking about her comment.
Oh, I was about to say, dog, what? The popular girl that comes in with the cute pajamas and her little backpack, but she's ready to learn, and she might have like a little pink diva bonnet on. Professor might not say nothing to her, right? Might be like, all right, cool. As long as she showed us, she smells good, she's ready. If it was school policy, of course. But the reason they put this school policy in is obviously because too many people were doing it. However, I know mad people that used to pull up at San Antonio College, if you don't know, and they would have the pajama pants on, slides, and a t-shirt or a hoodie. Is that inappropriate? No.
Yes.
I'm just coming.
I don't know if I would call it inappropriate. I would just say that I personally don't like it. Like, I just personally don't like it. The world doesn't revolve around me, but obviously other people feel like how I feel.
Mm-hmm. And so I absolutely, Crystal, that's usually the problem with policies is when they're not enforced evenly. But what I will say, dang, I lost my point. Dang, I can't remember it.
Find it.
But at the end of the day, like, so look, it's one of those things, right? Is a do-rag or a bonnet hurting anybody?
No.
Absolutely not. But that's not the point. And, and to your point, Tuskegee, private institution and all that, like, go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They're allowed to make rules that represent their university, because when you go somewhere down the line and you say, I went to Tuskegee, it's a reflection of them. So if they don't want to be associated with that, who am I to say that they should be associated with that?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between PJs and sweatpants?
Well, I don't like either. But there is a difference.
Yeah, so I remember my point now. My point was, A lot of these people that are wearing pajamas to school slept in those pajamas.
Okay, I can give you that because you might be a little
They slept in their pajamas, got up, and just went to school. Now, I don't want to call anybody out, but there's somebody who's very near and dear to my heart who I've seen do this. And I'm like, yo, like you literally just woke up. You slept in this. And then you went to school in this. You look crazy. But they're like, but this is what people do. That's not cool. And that definitely should not be what you're bringing to the professional environment, which the college is trying to prepare you for. That's the whole thing, beginning to end. Now, community college is completely different, right? We know that, back to that idea of public school versus private school, right? You go to North Charleston High School, there's certain ways you can come in there. But if we're trying to prepare you for the next thing, right? We have to teach you that, hey, sometimes you got, like, if they were saying no hoodies, if they were saying no jeans, if they were saying no, like, you have to wear a business suit to school every day. There are schools that say that, by the way, that you have to literally wear business suits to school every day. There are schools that have that as a rule. They didn't say any of that. They said, hey, just don't wear stuff that you can sleep in, right? Or in like bonnets and Durags. Don't wear that. And I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
Pride and appearance is a big thing. And
yeah, thank you, Tara.
And to your point, Crystal,
like what up, Mom? Appreciate you.
Oh, that's Mom. Hey, Mom.
Oh, hey, Mom. You know, said but you know, as far as the word professional goes, you know, saying it's a loaded word.
Absolutely.
Because professional means to an individual.
Yeah.
And we also know that when professional was created, we weren't in those thoughts.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Just military haircuts, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There are certain rules that just don't help us out. You know what I mean? Like, that's just real.
Well, they bend it. But
no, I know now they do, but when it was created, because you know they used to have the rules in there about the parts. The white boys would come in there and talk about my hair naturally like this. No, it ain't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, the white boys would also have the long hair, but they do the comb over. Whereas if my hair is like this, they would tell me, "Yo, you need to go get a haircut." And it's like,
yeah, I had the first sergeant used to come to my office every Friday with a ruler when I had my, you know, I did have hair at one time. You know, when he used to do that, he used to come every Friday. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing that they're creating that's not there in this particular situation, because this is a HBCU. So it don't matter what these white kids are doing at another university. It don't matter what's happening in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Auburn, Mobile. I just want y'all to know I know cities in Alabama. But the point being, the point being is that don't make a mountain out of a molehill. If you got issues with it, there are channels that you can have these conversations in. I'm sure they can do they can have some kind of committee meeting or council and so on and so forth and hash it out. You know what I'm saying? But for the time being, as it was said, take pride in your appearance.
There we go. Take pride in your appearance.
Besides when you go into the club.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some of these people that are wearing these bonnets are going to hit that inevitable wall at some point. So it just happens. They need to be cognizant of this.
I just feel like before we hit this wall, I just want to say, I do think that there's a severe difference between people wearing bonnets and do-rags in class versus people who are just out and about in the real world wearing bonnets and do-rags and pajamas and stuff. I feel
that's completely different. No, that's completely different.
Like, if you're going to class, I understand. Like, you want a certain level of, you know, decorum. You want a certain level of pride in your appearance. But if I have a 7 a.m. class and I pull up with a do-rag and some slides, dog, I'm here to learn. Just teach the lesson. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, bro. Did I show up?
Are you going to show up to your job with a do-rag?
At 7 o'clock in the morning?
This ain't a job. This is college.
At 7 o'clock.
That ain't the point. But you got to build habits. You got to build habits.
No, that's the problem. College, when you are a college student, especially a full-time college student, that is your job.
Okay. I mean, you're not wrong. That's a good way to look at it.
My daughter's going to Fayetteville State University on Tuesday, right? On Tuesday. from Tuesday until she graduates, her job is to go to school. Period.
You did pick your class time. You're right.
Yep. It's all about responsibility.
You
know what I'm saying?
I guess it's for me. I just can't understand how.
Crystal,
Hell, I don't want to wear dress shoes every day. You know what I'm
I know.
saying? But I can't walk up in there.
I just know the kind of person I am, bro. Like if I throw on my Scooby Doo, well, I also there's another thing. Like I used to wear pajama pants as an outfit.
So you used to go to college looking like Jim Jones.
No, I used to go to parties with this stuff on. Like I would pull up at a party with PJs on.
You shouldn't
go
to
a fly shirt that go with the PJs and some shoes. Like it was just different.
Time and place.
I've gone to the mall with PJs on. Like it's just
none of those are professional environments, Jack.
They're not. But it's just the point. I go to class with.
Did you go to
PJs
church in
on.
PJs?
Man, if it was.
Did you go to church in PJs?
Choir rehearsal?
No, not choir rehearsal. Church.
No,
Pastor there.
Sunday,
no.
With
all right. Because I know Mama Davis ain't gonna say this did. About to say your mama's watching this pod. You better talk right.
All right, let's get to this wall.
All right.
What is the wall, guys? What is the wall?
That's hysterical. So the wall thing comes from a conversation that Jack. This is really a Jack conversation. So I want him to drive it. So I'm gonna let him cook.
It's funny because now, like, my mom watches, so it's like.
Yep. No, you got it. Yep. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Oh, anyway, so Brittany Renner, she came back into recent public sites, and the big thing about Brittany Renner is she's been coming back out and doing this thing where she gets on the live streams and she's telling everybody, yo baddest B can't F with me, and y'all ain't never seen a 34-year-old look like this, and it's insane to see the rise and fall of Brittany Renner, right? So Brittany Renner, if you don't know who this is, she goes by the name of Bundle of Brittany. She used to be a D1 college soccer player, and she somehow became like a internet celebrity thought thing and ended up putting out a book that said judge this cover, and she basically talked about all the dudes that she slept with. Then she became a real big internet personality. Then we watched her become a Christian, a Muslim, and then she married Kevin Gates, and while she was married to Kevin Gates, that's when she transitioned to the Muslim thing. And
before that,
she got
PJ
before
Washington.
that,
this
PJ
Washington.
Washington. Yeah,
she became
that's how I know her from becoming PJ Washington's
right.
baby
She
mom, and then
PJ Washington, but doesn't like using that word because she feels like they were in love, blah blah blah. And we're gonna go back to that, but she eventually ended up with Kevin Gates, and then she came out and she now she tried to do a Christian podcast, it didn't work, and now we see her out of her Muslim gear. And now she's back to showing her booty and everything on the internet and doing her thing, right? And the inevitable wall that I wanted to talk about is specifically for women. And I know this is going to look crazy, but it is what it is. I think women need to really understand that your prime is from 21 to about 33. Go ahead, Rez. Go ahead. Go ahead and play it, dog. You can ISO it. It's fine. I don't want y'all to get in trouble. For
Why
this,
are you
man.
like this?
Why
the
am I
thoughts
like
of
this?
Xavier Jackson, aka Radical Jack, are not necessarily the views of Ray John Lewis or Mike Wilson. Please do not confuse the two. We are not the same. We are very different. Thank you.
Now, you got to listen with your ears, not your emotions, or as the pastor would say, open your heart. Not just your mind. Your prime is from 21 to 34 as a woman. This is your prime. It doesn't mean that you cannot get men afterward or before. All it means is this is your prime. What you should be doing.
You better not be getting them before.
Well, 21. You could date at 18. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Regardless, when you get somebody, a good guy, he treats you right,
ladies.
he does all these things. He makes your life compelling and awesome. And he does all these things. And because all the other dudes are still chirping, all in your face and trying to get you, you're like, shh, I got them everywhere. They all want me. So you go from 26 to 29 to 31, and it's like, oh, I've had him propose to me, and this dude want to be with me, and this dude want to be with me. Now you're competing at 33 with the 24-year-old. And now the guy that you really dissed on the cool is doing the thing, and he's all right. And now you're bundled with Brittany. You might have had a baby. You might have been, thinking that you was hot shit, and now it's over. And again, you got to listen with your mind and not your emotions, because
Use
I
your
just said
heart and
it
not
doesn't
your
stop
heart.
you from getting a man afterward. It's just
Baby,
a
just
simple
relax
thing.
your mind.
You got a prime, and if you don't get them in your prime,
you
a lot
got
of the times
time, then I
you
got
get to that
time.
place where your wall happens, and when
If
you
you
slam
got
into that
time,
wall,
then I
all
got
the dudes that were
time.
in your DMs slowly but surely start disappearing, and now you got Uncle Fester in there with a couple of, whatevers.
You do, Crystal. You do.
Crystal. Hey, Crystal, I will send you the link right now if you're ready to come on. I
Oh
promise you. I
shit!
will.
Hold on.
That's sis. I love Crystal.
All right, so look.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Tupac.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, you can un-ISO it now. You can take the ISO off.
All right, I got you. All right.
Brittany
that
Renner ran
was-
into a wall though, and she's been running around the internet looking like a clown. She done got into it with her baby daddy's new wife. You know what I'm saying? She's mad at that because he moved on without her and he's happily ever after, and she's still out here looking like a clown who can't find a good man because she's been tossed around each way from Monday to Sunday. So
Jack was like, I wasn't done yet.
so for working out, so it's acceptable to wear them outside. Oh.
So what I'll say is this, right? What I'll say was this. I think there is a I won't say an expiration date because I believe I think women can age like fine wine, especially black women. Shout out to black women. You already know how I feel. That's a thing. Oh, I see you. Am I getting my Mark Left Hill on? I saw you take a drink. I didn't know if I was.
Oh no, I'm just.
Oh, okay. But no,
I had to rush home. I didn't even.
That's true. That's true. No liquid death. You're right. So I'll start with this. I think that women naturally they no. So
she want that link, bro.
Oh, you want the link? I got you, sis. I'm gonna send it. I've heard it said that for a guy, his currency is money, right? And for women, their currency is youth and beauty. So that's something I've heard said in many different angles. Some of it I agree with, some of it I disagree with. But I understand it on its face as a premise, right? Brittany Renner is a very specific type of lady when we're talking about sort of the circles that she's trying to operate in. I think to Jack's point, it does make sense for that environment, for that engagement. If you're not trying to restrict yourself to I want the tippity top, I want the millionaire, I want the baller, I want the guy with all the money and the nicest cars who can trick on me and buy me all these things. That's one thing. If you're a person that's just trying to live an everyday life, that doesn't really apply to you, because as you get older, especially if you live your life a certain way at a younger age, you'll probably have somebody that loves you enough to navigate that process with you. I'm older, I'm heavier than I've ever been in my life. Well, actually, I'm lighter than I was 3 months ago, but I'm heavier than I was most of my life. I'm definitely look different than I did. I'm not as useful. I used to be. I got some gray hairs growing in as a male, but as a man, it's less likely for that to be something that's a turn off to a woman as opposed to vice versa. I think that's sort of what Jack was trying to say in a much different way. But for Brittany Renner, her situation that she's running into, the wall that she's running into, is the fact that the guys that she wants to attract, she's not attracting at that level anymore because of, one, her history, right? The history is a big piece. I think the history is a bigger piece than the actual looks, because she's not an ugly girl. She's actually still really pretty in a general, when you're talking general beauty, from a general beauty standpoint. She's actually still very pretty. She's not as pretty as she used to be, and her attitude has gotten much worse, which I think is a much bigger detractor than how she actually looks. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna send you a link, Crystal. 2-5.
Yeah, so I was thinking of it, from phases, right? Just from my experience and what I think I've seen in life. Men and women just want different things at different times. You know what I mean? Like a lot of women, not all. I didn't say all. So like a lot of women grow up with that teenage, fairy tale love. You know what I mean? Like that's my boo, all that kind of stuff like that. Young men are horny. You know what I'm saying? You reach a certain point. A lot of people made decisions that affected their current life. So you get to a phase where now the guy has he wants to find his queen or whatever you want to call it. But now she's in that, well, they get to do it. Why can't we do it phase?
Right.
Then as you get a little bit older and he's trying to settle down, no, I ain't trying to hear that no more because y'all don't want that. Y'all just care about this one thing. You get to the next phase, and that's when, unfortunately, a lot of women they've been having children with men that they don't necessarily want to have children with, and those type of things happen. And eventually, they phase themselves out of that man that Brittany Renner's looking for. You're too famous. People know you for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
Inside of you, the pretty, like they can see with their eyes that you're pretty, but they see what comes along with it. So an old saying that I like is, if you open up that can of worms, you better be prepared for the dirt that come with it. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That's Brittany Renner at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that she has the scarlet letter per se, you know what I'm saying? But if you're a self-respecting man that at the level that she's trying to attain, there are women throwing themselves at you all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I know this is going to sound disrespectful. It's not intended that way. But if you take it that way, I don't care because I told you I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So why would I go out here and go get a 95 Camry when there's newer models?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was basically trying to say. It just sounded more abrasive when I said it. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, typically men, as they age, are going to get better and better and better until we get old. Which
look at how women talk about. Look how women talk about somebody like, say, George Clooney. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
We don't talk about Jane Fonda like that.
Nah, stop. Jane Fonda's still fine, low key.
We don't talk about her like that, though.
Oh no, we don't talk about her like that. But this is the thing: like a man up until he's about 55, depending on if you're in the gym, if you're doing everything right, a 55-year-old man can still look like a pristine 38-year-old dude. Also, a 55-year-old man can still have babies. You know what I mean? And if you're looking to start a family, start fresh, blah blah blah, the 36-year-old is typically not going to be appealing because at that point, birth rates and all that kind of stuff start to go down. The ability to have babies starts becoming more and more unhealthy. So it's not like a sexist thing where it's like, oh, yo, these women, they age like trash and men age great. It's not that. You know what I mean? It's just the simple fact that when you're looking at somebody like a Brittany Renner who's competing with younger women, she's in a field where she's automatically going to lose because she's competing with something she cannot.
Like, what movie was that where the chick was like, I don't want to be the old hoe at the club?
That's
or like, I am the old hoe at the club.
It was probably a Facebook status.
No. I think it was a movie where it was just where like the woman hit the realization, like, I'm the old chick in the club. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah. So
it sucks. Oh, go ahead, Rez.
No, so I also want to say again, we're talking more so about Brittany Renner's situation versus women in general, but you can't have a conversation about ladies without a lady. So I'm glad to say that our first female guest to ever come on the pod is actually only our second actual guest ever in the history of the pod. My sister, my friend, I love her so much. Her name is Crystal Matthews. Welcome, sis.
Hello, welcome. Now, first, before you even get started, I'm muting my mic. Get him!
So my question that he did not stop to explain, I assume because he probably could not, was what makes that age range our prime? How are we defining prime at that point? Like, so I need an answer.
Okay, so your prime is your prime opportunity to find a man, get with the man, and create a family.
Okay, so all of that is untrue, but I thought So how are you defining what's prime about a woman?
Because if you cannot have babies, you are no longer in your prime. And after 35, you become a high risk pregnancy.
So
I'm
do
not
you?
saying that,
So I
but
don't know if you read because I don't know you, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the number of women who are having babies after 40 is actually at an all-time high right now. Like that is a
correct.
current statistic. So my question to you is, my question to you is, when you look at a woman, how do you define her prime? Is this based on body? Is this based on personality? Because let me tell you, a lot of what you said was so crazy and madness. Like literally, our prime, our sexual prime is actually in our 40s. I don't know if you know that, but let me go
Yes.
ahead and help you with that. We don't actually hit our sexual prime until we're in our 40s. So when you talk about getting a woman who's out of her prime, okay, so if we're talking about looks, you can't even really go by that because black women is out here serving y'all daily, daily.
See,
So I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
think
looks
I
you
think
part.
y'all are I think y'all are having two different conversations though.
wait a
We
minute.
are,
Agreed.
but my thing is, I'm talking about girls that are typically in the space of being influencers, models, et cetera, et
Women.
cetera, et cetera, right? Girls, whatever, man. Females. All I'm
No, no, no,
saying
no, no. You
is,
can't say that word either.
why?
Females is offensive.
No, it's not. It's a
That's
female
what.
human.
Hey,
Stay on.
I
Stay on
seen
point.
it.
Stay on
I
point.
got
Stay on
the
point.
briefing. I got the briefing.
Stay on point. Stay on point.
Either
Jack,
way,
go ahead.
I'm
Jack, go
saying,
ahead.
but all I'm saying is, in this situation where you're looking for a quote unquote influencer or what is the
It's the
word?
high value man conversation all over again.
Yeah, it basically is. Even though I hate that conversation
I hate that
because
term so much, but yes.
it's a disgusting term. But what you're looking for is somebody who is top tier in looks, body, blah blah blah. And yes, obviously we have loopholes or we have anomalies where you do get older and you look really good. I mean, there's Angela Bassett who is damn near 70 and looks absolutely amazing. However, most of the time when you're talking about the average person is going to age and they're going to start gaining weight and things are going to start moving and and be in places that they ain't supposed to be. And if you're somebody who is just attracted to the typical model appearance
The
and you want a
lifestyle.
girl who you're going to hang out, you're going to parties and you're doing all this stuff and you want somebody who's going to hang on your arm, you're looking for somebody who has that baddie appearance. I hate that word, bro. It's so gross. But you're
Yes.
looking for somebody who has that. And when you're looking for that, the prime of that is 21 to 33, really. Because after that, then you're talking about all these
Okay,
other things that are
so
coming in.
I'm very clear, and y'all said we are having two different conversations, but in the middle of his talking, he keeps going back to what typically happens to a woman. So it's like, okay, we're talking about this one specific type of woman, but then you kind of keep floating over into the all women situation, and that's where I think it gets problematic. If you're going to
Yeah.
talk about this specific type of woman, then you need to stay with her. But people
But
like
that's what I
Brittany
said.
Reiner, but people like Brittany Reiner, you know, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of things that they do is only for view. It's only for
Yes.
social media. It's only for
Yes.
what the public sees. A lot of times they aren't in these relationships to get anything out of them except for what they can get out of them. And when that's done, they jump ship anyway.
Correct.
So when you talk about a woman being in her prime, you are saying it as if you know what this woman values when you don't really know what she values because what she values at 33 may not be the same thing she's going to value at 50. So when you talk about somebody being in their prime, you got to talk about what they out to get, honey. Don't
Yeah.
don't
Yes,
don't lose
but
don't
see, when
lose
I'm
the
saying
focus
prime, I'm
now
only keeping it bare minimum on
because
looks.
because when she get to 50, she might not want their money. She might want some good Peter,
This ain't
honey.
about
And when
sports.
she get on and when she looking for good Peter, she gonna find her some good Peter. Cause some young dumb boy is gonna be out there like in his 20s, in his prime, as you say. And he gonna be out there thinking to myself, I knocked off Brittany Griner. I mean, we got Ray J. We got so many examples of this where these young dudes bone these older females that are famous or known for their bodies or whatever it is, just to say that they did it. Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey. I mean, the list goes
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
you can't really say when a woman is out of her prime because prime is defined on what you're looking for, honey.
I think,
and that's
I
my
think
main point, though. If you're looking for somebody who is typically in the shape that you want her to be in, which is prime shape, not having to get up every day and have to keep a routine, just a natural thing. Your metabolism is still where it's at. You're looking for a younger person.
Yeah, but you're kind of saying it like, so if because she's not with Kevin Gates, that she thought she was going to jump into something better, and you're saying she doesn't realize she's at the end of her rope. Because I don't know if I believe that that's true. Because
for her, yes, she is at the end of her rope because she's looking for people like a Kevin Gates. She's looking for another person like a PJ Washington, and they're no longer looking at her because, for one, she's been passed around, and two, now you are on the downside of your life. Like, I'm done with you. You've already been with two main dudes. You have a book talking about how you smashed 20 plus whatever. So your history on top of your actual personality showing, and on top of that, your body is deteriorating. I don't want you anymore.
I mean, I think you're giving the opinion of just you because I mean, our industry has not shown a trend of what you're saying. Superhead. Yeah. I mean, superhead. I mean, come on, superhead. Like,
yeah, but superhead was hot before we had social media. Before people had access to all these times.
It doesn't matter. She's been passed around. She's been everything you just named.
And she's still
out here, and she's still that B. So
no,
my
she's
point
not.
is,
She's no longer married. She's not having anybody talk about her. She no longer has a cultural relevance, except for being known as a thought.
Right. Why are we letting?
And the last person she was with was Eddie Winslow. Yo, why?
Yo, so listen. So listen. This one. Thank you for bringing that perspective, sis. I think you're absolutely right in a lot of the things that you said, for sure. I also understand to a degree. I get where Jack's going. I don't think Jack's doing the best job of explaining it, but I get where he's going. And I do also, we've talked about sort of the generalization of all people under the conversations about specific people. They sort of convolute the conversation into something that it doesn't need to be. Brittany, I think for me, if we're talking about like Brittany wants to date, she wants to date, those like NBA stars. She wants to date we know what you're talking about. So I just think in that situation, she does limit her ability to get those people. Now, of course, there will always be somebody that wants her. There will always be somebody. Just like
like Bernice got Jaylen Brown,
Bernice, right? Like Bernice got her reputation, but there. Right. There will always be a dude that's like, yo, I had her picture on my wall.
Future and Scottie Pippen's wife.
That was the lady that I really, really wanted. And now, I'm at a space where I can have any woman that I want, and I want to get her. I think what Jack is saying is that's more of a novelty than the primary
that's
situation.
Why I said we're not talking about the anomalies
and what,
here.
and what
I'm
I'm
talking about the
saying
main
is,
category here.
And what I'm saying is Jack is basing his opinion off of only one thing, because I don't think the industry as a whole has shown us that what he is saying is true.
Across
Not
the board,
only
correct.
that, but a lot of industry people stick with industry people because it is hard for them to then backpedal and date somebody regular. So we look at MC Light, we look at people who have tried to do it and it's been very unsuccessful. So there's so many different facets at play here, not just the money, not just the high dollar man, but the industry has not. What I'm saying, Jack, is that what you're saying, based on my knowledge of, I'm just scanning over people in my mind, I just don't see the trend that you're saying being a thing. Yes, does it happen? I'm sure it happens. But more often than not, we have seen this go the opposite way, especially when it comes to high value dollar men and women, for that matter.
I think it depends on what they're looking for.
I think. Oh,
if you're
you Optimus Prime right now. Hold up. All right, go ahead. We could not hear you.
Yeah, 2-5. Go ahead, 2-5.
Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2.
You good?
You know what I'm saying? No, I was saying I guess it just depends on what that person is looking for. So if she's looking for, I guess at this stage, because I don't even know how old she is, but if she's looking. Oh, I thought okay. Anyway, no, but yeah, if she's looking for I want to be married, I want to grow a family with this great NBA star or whatever the case may be, the time on that could be dwindling from that standpoint. But if we're just talking about her being attractive and people wanting to be in her aura or whatever you want to call it, she always gonna have that.
Yeah.
You know
there's
what I
gonna
mean?
be somebody-
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So that's why it depends on what she's looking for, because I'm not Kevin Gates Central. You know, I don't know how famous he really is. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I'd say he's famous enough.
And
Famous
PJ
enough to
Washington
go
ain't
places.
even necessarily famous. I mean, he went to Kentucky, but he a bum. But like, you know what I'm saying? But from that standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, if you're trying to get a top-notch like star, maybe those days are like slipping away.
Yeah, those days are
like,
far
with each-
behind her.
with
That's
each
my
day.
main point. I'm not saying in general, because in general, no, there's mad women out here that are fine as hell, 50 plus and all this other stuff.
For
But
sure.
in
For
this
sure.
industry where you're trying to get somebody that's out here and technically above most people that you run into, no, she's gonna fall short every time, because there's other women out here that these dudes can run to now.
I also think, again, I think it's also the personality thing. Because like Bernice Burgos,
Yeah, her personality is ass.
her personality
Ass.
is so much like her, like she's a joy.
Look at
to be
Melissa
around.
Ford.
Melissa Ford, another one.
Ford's
Like,
another
yeah,
example.
Yeah,
Nobody
like,
wants you. Look at
Even
Joy Taylor.
though she wasn't around when I had a Honda Accord.
And people date based on proximity a lot of times. So don't forget
Definitely.
that either, right?
Definitely.
Proximity.
No, that's
has
true too.
Yes, sis.
Proximity has a lot to do with who you
Yeah,
date.
like what's her name? Carucci was just dating Dion.
Yeah, but look, think about this too, right? She
Dion
went
has lost a
from-
toe,
She
another
went from
toe.
living out there in
A foot.
LA.
He can't
And
even
now
walk.
that she's losing all her relevance, she's moved back to Mississippi, where she can go and technically have a revamp
You
and
sound like
try
a-
to find, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole new restart. It's crazy.
Hey, Ohio, you gonna stick around for our next topic?
Sure.
All right, so yesterday was actually the 3-year anniversary of the chair shot heard around the world,
Let's go.
which was the Montgomery Brawl.
Wow.
For those who don't remember, this is a Black History holiday where this is a moment in Black history where they were mad as hell and they could not take it anymore. They just weren't going to take it anymore. These people were on a boat and they were doing something and the guard was telling them, hey, you can't do that. And they decided to attack the guard, this group of Caucasian people. And he started fighting back. And then people came from near and far to help this man. And it turned into the most interesting
The nation
day
of domination.
of all time. So I want to ask this question: where were you? Do you remember where you were when you first saw the Montgomery Brawl video? And what were your first thoughts? Crystal, I'm gonna start with you
Why you starting with me?
because I know you.
Because you're the guest.
God. I was literally sitting in my garage smoking a cigar. And this thing came on the TV and I was like, what is going on? And then I was like, hell, the boy that swam across the and I was like, yes,
We call him Aquaman.
we
That
do
is-
swim. We do swim. Let's go. He was raised right. That's that. I remember that being my first thought. He was raised right.
That's hilarious. I don't know where I was. I just remember Travis, aka Classic Goals, was like probably the first person to send it to me.
It does
was
not
talking
work if
about
you
it.
say his government name and then
Yeah,
say his
man, look,
nickname. Just
It's like a
say
pimp
the
named Slickback.
classic-
You say the whole
We gotta
thing.
say
whole
our
thing.
Jack can't get right.
Like,
But classic
you know how
goals.
hard it is for me to call this man a nickname that I've never called him before?
Hey, classic
So-
goals, man.
Yeah, him. He sent it to me, and I watched the video a couple of times. And my thing was, I kind of reviewed it like a movie, so I'm looking to see like what each actor is doing and what he's contributed to the scene.
You have to watch it in parts.
Aquaman is easily my favorite part of the whole thing because my man swam 15 feet in about 37 seconds.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
full jeans, like my man got over there, got up, got active.
From a
And
tour
I
boat.
thought that was, yeah. Like my man said, wait, what are they doing? Didn't think about it, didn't throw his phone,
No.
jumped in the water, got into action. Now, what I will say is worst casting had to be homeboy with the chair that ran over and hit the white lady that was sitting on the ground. I thought everything was great until
She wasn't even
that
bothering nobody,
moment.
dog.
She couldn't bother nobody. She had already got knocked out.
Hey,
She was sitting there with
Either we all in or we not in.
Yeah.
We're all
and he
in or
came
not
over
all.
and wow, hit her in the head. I was like, yo, you're going to jail,
Yo.
bro. Everybody was cool.
The
He
intro
ruined
even say you've been a wrestling fan since Attitude, and you up here hating on Cactus Jack. Like I was
That's
sitting up there,
crazy.
like I was actually like in the middle of walking out of a bathroom, looking at my phone, and I saw this video, and I went back in the bathroom and just sat on the sink and watched it. And I was, and the whole time I was just sitting there like, I mean, look, y'all Alabamas knew you had that shit coming. like this is long overdue.
Yo, they was
How
literally
many
like,
of
this
us
is
watched
reparations.
that an unhealthy amount of times in a row. I know I
Oh,
watched it.
yo,
man.
Because
Yeah.
like Jack said, like it really was like, this can't really have happened. Like, I'm like, this has got to be a prank. This is a joke. And it was like, no, like these people are really bamming, like Chuck Town words, bamming on the dock. Like that is crazy in front of the tour ships, the steamboats. Like it was nuts. I cannot think of any video that I watched as many times as I watched that video. Just in like pure. Now I do have to go with Jack on the dude with the chair was wild. He was doing a lot. Like,
dog, I'm just
hit all the dudes you want to hit. When it comes to hitting women, I'm just not. I can't do it.
I don't know.
Well,
I think he just saw red at that point.
Hey, look, bro, like the hotep that's back here that I put away is like, do we really count that as hitting women? You know?
No, but if I remember correctly, like she wasn't even like she was over by the boat. Like they wasn't even really fighting where he was. He went to where she was
causing chaos with her mouth. And remember, she was also trying to hit people, and then she got blam.
That was a different lady. It was a different lady.
No, that was a different lady.
Yo, we need to pull this video up and watch it again.
I got it. I'm gonna pull it up.
Pull it up and watch it again.
I'm pulling it up. Y'all got it.
She definitely was in that and got pieced up because she wouldn't back off.
Yo,
I know you got this video.
I watched that video.
Dog, I'm telling you, she was. I felt bad because she had already got pieced up, and she was sitting there like, "Jesus help me!" And my man said, "Not yet."
My man said, "I make it feel better. Take a nap." Like,
wow.
When you wake up,
I was hoping that he wouldn't hit her because you saw him with the chair, and it's like, "Ooh, no, not her, not ooh." It's all right. Red's about to get us right. Go ahead and pull that up.
I got the video. I'm about to roll the beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh man.
Oh, I got you. Here we go.
Alabama.
And for all you watching, all the viewers who've never seen this is the Montgomery Brawl.
Oh, I'm sure they all seen it.
Every black person has definitely seen it at least 1,500 times. So
if not, we're going to go ahead and take your black card.
Close your eyes, Faye.
Oh, the hat went up. Hat went up.
Saw it. He was ready. Hold his own. White boy didn't know what to do. Homies came up. Now they jumping him. Now you gonna see Aquaman.
I see the water splashing. I see the
and now
water
you see the
splashing.
people running over. That's when it got crazy. When people started running from all the way from the top, they all backed off.
Aquaman was going, dog. Full strides.
Then my man still had energy when he got out of there.
That's my thing. He swam and then had energy to still tussle. Look, now they, what's going on?
He's like, he can't even look at that. He's like, hold up.
Took his shoes off. Look.
What's happening? What's happening?
I'm trying to jump my man. What's up?
All right, where y'all going?
Now what they do, they retreat. They start causing problems. Now we want to retreat and act like nothing happened.
The hat throw gets me every time, though.
Nah, he took that off. Let's get it. You sure you want to do this? I don't know why Rez turned off the sound. That was wild.
Now he ran over to the other side.
Here we go. Oh, man.
I believe that there's commotion at the boat, though. And they're starting commotion at the boat again. and then something else happens because this white dude is by himself and it's just him and his girl.
All right, here we go.
Boom.
The
That was the security
brouhaha.
guard.
You see her, right?
Remember, the security guard was the black dude.
Hey. Sorry.
And look, you see the lady in the red dress over there? She's over there instigating. Look.
Oh, that was the lady.
Yes, that's the lady.
And she
that
was
gets the
in it
chair
when it
shot.
first started too. If you watch the beginning.
That's the one. Yeah.
Now look, Aquaman just knocked Homeboy down. One hit a quitter. Security got my man over there. And at this point, you think it's all done. You think it's dead.
It's like,
But it's
okay, guys, let's go this way. You'll go this way. Nah.
Then look, now we pointing and we blaming people.
Hey, don't you point your finger at me.
I'm pretty sure somebody said boy somewhere in this. There was a boy here, a boy there.
An N-word.
Maybe.
N-words.
A monkey.
You
Where's
people.
the other angle?
You people.
But the other angle.
Oh yeah, that's the one right there.
But it's all
You
right.
people. That always make me think of that Chappelle, that Mad TV or a real TV episode. What do you mean, you people? Uh-oh, here it is.
Nah, where's the chair though? Yeah, see, we don't get the chair shot.
Well, anyway, yeah.
So
but
that's it. Y'all don't get to see the chair shot. Reg, you can look for the independent chair shot if you want.
I'm
but,
trying to find
you
it.
know,
Yeah, I'm trying to find
yeah,
it.
that way, we don't have to watch the whole thing. But bottom line, you see what happened. Some white people were on a boat. They were upset. They said something to a black dude. Black dude said whatever. Then commotion started, and I believe the white dude started it first, and then the black dude threw his hat off like, well, whatever, let's just get it going. They did it. Then they tried to jump him. Then a bunch of random black people came together because it's in our hearts to love. I'm going to die on that hill. And, you know what I'm saying? We came down there and saved the day. And then,
Amen.
you know, they tried to play victim. It didn't work out too well. Unfortunately, y'all didn't get to see Red Dress get mankind, but it's okay. Maybe Rez will find it, but yeah. 2-5.
are we moving or we waiting? Or we? All right. Well, hey, is marriage for broke people?
Oh my God, damn! What are you doing?
Oh.
I was waiting for the video. You know what I'm saying? I was like, y'all done made me sit through it. I'm gonna get my chair shot.
Nah. I mean, Rez can still find a chair shot.
All right. Well, we can. Yeah. Is marriage for broke people or not?
Marriage is not for broke people. Marriage is for people who are ready to actually create a partnership and live through it and last a distance and go through trials and tribulations and not just back out at the first time that you have a fight or you have a disagreement. It's for people who are actually for commitment. Now, obviously, this is in hindsight of a perfect world. We're not talking about abuse and, you know, people that are in terrible situations, but two people that are actually, you know, ready for it and linked in. That's what marriage is for to me. It has nothing to do with being broke. We saw that on the Joe Budden podcast. Obviously, Rez disappeared, so we don't have our drop.
Joe Budden podcast.
But on the Joe Budden podcast, they had a
Joe Budden podcast.
There it is, and they had a guest. Rez, tell me what happened. You watch it. He's a Patroni.
Do y'all have an echo?
No.
Okay, I have a crazy echo.
I think I heard Lore though.
Hey, y'all keep talking. I'm gonna go back and come back in because I have a crazy echo.
So Mandy from the Horrible Decisions podcast, I guess, was having a conversation, and within that conversation, she made the comment that marriage is for broke people, and that's why a lot of women are getting married.
Oh.
I feel like she said that.
What you
because-
y'all want me to say?
I
Something?
mean, yeah. I mean, I know. Well, do you watch the Joe Budden podcast?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't know what to say about that. That's a shocker. Wow. Wait, what?
So I know, like, a lot of people have been talking about the patriarchy. That's one of the new buzzwords that, you know, people are clinging on to these days. You know, and a lot of people view marriage as this caveman concept, you know, of a woman being property, a woman being forced, you know, to be with this man or whatever to survive. But we also live in a world where women are thriving. You know, women are CEOs, they're business owners. You know, Black women are graduating from college more than anybody else. So we've seen these things, these conditions change. But yet these are still the way that people look at things like marriage. So I don't know if this is a situation of someone doesn't want to be tied down, so they're using inflammatory language around the subject, or if she really believes, because, you know, these are podcasts, right? So people are saying things, you know, to be entertaining, to spark conversation, you know, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know if she was being real or not. I just think it's just dumb either way.
Yeah. No. So the situation. Did you explain the context for her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
well, you probably got a little more context.
Yeah.
than
So
what
Mandy hosts a show. Horrible, used to be called Horrible Decisions. It's called something else now. And she's. It sort of actually goes back to one of the conversations we was having earlier.
Right. She was
in a
very
way,
promiscuous.
she's got a reputation about herself. And the issue came up because on the pod, on her pod, she was talking to the young lady. What's that lady's name that does the relationship conversations that you
Sarah Fontenot.
Sarah Fontenot was on the pod, and she was talking about the benefits of marriage, and she was talking about how, you know, certain women may not see marriage as they may not see marriage as something that they aspire to for several reasons. And she was saying it's okay, but she was saying if you do aspire to marriage, there are certain ways that you probably should conduct yourself to be more marriageable, if you will. And so what Mandy was saying was that she thought that marriage is for broke women who just need men to take care of them. And Joe was like, well, first of all, you have never presented yourself as somebody who wanted to be married just based on your own, like, on the things that you've presented to the world and the ways that you sort of put yourself out there. There's no dude that's going to watch this and say, ooh, let me wife that. Now, of course, we all know that there's always a dude who's willing to look past everything and say, let me wife that.
PJ Washington.
But for the course of this, for the case of this conversation.
He's not in that. Nah.
No, but
he married her.
But and also, and Krista, you know, I'm a big believer in this. It was also another miserable single person trying to give marriage advice, which is my pet peeve. You know how I feel about that. That's not something cool. But then the lady actually tried to go at Joe's soon-to-be fiance. He hasn't proposed yet, but he's going to pretty soon. But they've been dating for a long time. And
7
she tried
years.
to throw shade at the lady because she's like, well, we know the type of women you date. And she was like, I didn't do anything to you. Why would you bring me up? So the conversation that we were having was about, like, if you are somebody that does not aspire to marriage and has not put yourself out there as somebody who's even like trying to position yourself for marriage, why do you need to be the person talking about marriage? Like, you don't need to do that. You could just be happy in your situation and be like, yo, I want to get married, and that's just it.
You know why? Because people going to click on it, and we're going to talk about it on the Say Less, Say More podcast. That's why.
It's true. What do you think, sis?
I was going to say, and, you know, broken people always want to be heard, because that I put a quote on my page a long time ago that I read somewhere else, and it just says some people do not want to be fixed because being broken gets them more attention.
More attention. Yep.
And that is so true for so many different reasons. But as far as the whole women getting married is a broke people thing, I mean, I don't really see it as that. Me personally, I've been married before. I'm not married now. I am happily single, and I love and I love marriage. And I feel like, I mean, when you start placing the value of your relationship on money, money comes and money goes.
Yeah.
And so if that's how you value your relationship, then what does that say about what you are going to be going through and how you're going to make it through those things? Again, I would have to agree with the young man on her show that said, she's not even positioning herself where anybody would even want to marry her, because she already sounds so bitter before she's even in. Like,
and that's how it comes off. Yep.
You're going to have an uphill battle with her because she already doesn't believe. So
yeah.
She's also one of those people that should never speak on marriage.
Is Jack talking? Because we can't hear him.
Oh,
he's low. He's being very cool and demure.
I'm not being demure. Can you hear me now?
I can't hear Jack then.
You can't hear him at all?
No.
Oh, I can hear him.
Yeah, I can hear
Javon,
him.
you hear him? Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm about to say, damn, am I muted? Like,
No, we can hear him. That's crazy.
I'm about
Keep
to
going.
say, yo,
Keep going. Keep
well,
talking.
no, I was just gonna.
It's a
I was
podcast.
gonna say that. Oh wait, first of all, sir, Mister, I got echoes. I gotta disappear and leave dead air.
Well,
but
I had echo. It was crazy. It was
nah,
crazy.
I get you.
But I realized I had the video, the Montgomery. I actually had the pod playing in another screen. I didn't realize it was open, so I was hearing everything like over. It was crazy.
So whole time you said it was me echoing.
It was you earlier. It was you earlier, but it was since we got started.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
No, go.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
but
so
yeah,
these
nah.
broke people.
825. Hey, have some
Podding
patience.
about podding.
But nah, I was just gonna say, she's typically undesirable. So people who are undesirable shouldn't be speaking on things that desirable people get to partake in. She's not somebody who is going to typically be proposed to anyway, and people can take that how they want, but there's a certain echelon of people out here that have the right to say certain things, and not everybody is privy to that. Not everybody.
Keep going. You good?
Oh, no, but I'll just say not everybody gets to say things, right? So as Joe said to her, not
Joe
one
Budden
time
podcast.
has anybody ever thought like, "Yo, Mandy, that's that's what I want."
Well,
she's never been in that situation.
What he said was.
What she said was. What she said was. He mad because he couldn't hit this.
He couldn't hit.
Oh. You know what I'm saying? And then he said the words.
Well, you can say it too, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
He says the words I tried.
I tried. It's
never been said together.
So, and that was my point, that when you're somebody in that situation where you are, I put it like this. If you're the person who goes to the bar and typically you only get picked up when it's 10 minutes to close and it's the one person at the end of the bar who really didn't have nothing else going on,
got picked up by Rodney,
you don't really have the right to speak on happiness in relationships.
In marriage.
It's just not for you. It's not in your cards. God didn't design that for you. You're here to be the backbone of Earth. Like, you're supposed to do the things that, you create the clickers for mouse, for mouse pads and stuff like that.
All I'm going to say is if somebody married Jasmine Cashmere, there's hope for everybody.
Jasmine Cashmere is a pastor.
She's a pastor, sir.
She is now.
People can change.
No, yes, I know she is now, but you know what I'm saying? Like she
is a pastor.
She wasn't practicing no damn Leviticus.
She was in the song. She was in the song of
Song of Solomon.
Song of Solomon.
That's what she was in, and she read it very well, and she just expanded to the rest of the Bible. Like we all got our entry points.
Yeah, she's got mad entry points.
She read Colossians and thought it was all of them coming with her.
What? Colossians.
You know what I'm saying?
Get this man in church.
Desmond,
get him in church.
Her cup runneth over.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, it definitely ran over.
All right.
Yeah, she helped everybody's cup run over. But
that's crazy.
Like that's what Rez be saying that all the time. Like, find somebody that fills your cup. She just drains your cup. But anyway.
Wait.
But anyway, we was going to talk about something that I hate real quick.
What's 258?
It's about that time of the show.
All right.
This is what I hate.
ISO.
Wrong person.
I got
But here
you.
we
I got
go.
you.
All right. If I'm talking to you about something specific, don't ask me why I didn't say something about something else. Example, this is not the part of the show where we go, LeBron, LeBron, LeBron. But if I say something about LeBron James, don't ask me, I bet you ain't say that about Larry Bird. Yeah, because in 2026, why I'm going to talk about a dude that retired in 1993? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got to wait. This person didn't go to jail for this. He got his charge dropped. Guess what I'm going to tell you? Don't commit crime, dumbass. Forget what he did. You know what I'm saying? Why they get away with this? Why do they? What? Why? I don't know why. What I do know is that you're living the wrong path if you're even asking those questions. It shouldn't be, how come he can do this, but I can't? It can be, I can do the things that you can't do. And we're not talking about negativity when you say those words.
True.
Don't talk to me about what about isms. I don't care. If I say something about Trump, I don't want to hear about Biden. You know, if I say something about day, I don't want to hear about night. Let's have a conversation about what we're talking about. And last but not least, maybe you should talk about the things that you want me to talk about instead of relying on me to bring up your topic. Learn how to communicate. That's what 2-5 hates. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
I like
There you go,
We're stirring the
2-5.
feeling.
That was
There you
Stirring
go,
the feeling.
man. There you
All right,
go.
Jack.
I like that.
What's
All
that
right,
movie of the
Jack.
week, Jack?
Hold on,
All
no,
right,
no,
man.
not yet.
All right, sorry. Okay.
See, I had something for that.
Oh, okay. My bad.
For the movie of the week?
Jack.
No, you're about to try to lead me into something I'm not going to yet. We're on the
No.
list.
Oh,
the list.
okay, my bad.
The
My
list.
bad. I was gonna say I had a.
Yeah, I know. You gotta
You had
wait.
a segue?
Yeah.
You had a good one?
he probably did, but I'm on the list. Hold on. Oh man,
You gotta
this
explain
dude
the
is
crystal.
funny.
Explain the crystal. Explain the crystal.
Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know, Crystal, also, we have a list of the 100 greatest movies in film history. It is created by IMDb, the internet's biggest database for movies. It's where you get all your things. If you don't know what IMDb is, if you want to watch a film and you don't know if the film has nudity in it, go to IMDb. It's going to let you know every scene, blah, 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 right? So they came out with a list of the 100 greatest movies that you should watch. And if you haven't seen them, you should check them out. This week, we're on movie 13. Movie 13 is Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club. If you've never seen Fight Club, it is a fantastic movie. There's a big plot twist, and I'm not going to reveal what it is because I don't spoil films, no matter if
He
you're
is Tyler
13 years
Durden.
old
Brad
or
Pitt is
25
Tyler
years.
Durden. No,
That
Ed
is
Norton is
fucking
Tyler Durden.
crazy. What are you doing?
Ed Norton is Tyler Durden. If you haven't seen the movie that came out in the early 1990s, you don't want to see the movie, dog.
Number 13, though?
What are
That's
you
kind of
talking
high up
about?
for Fight Club. I'm not gonna lie.
Number
Ed
13.
Norton is Tyler Durden.
Wow.
Ed Norton is the Incredible Hulk, too, in case you didn't know that.
He is the Incredible Hulk. Hey, everybody who's watching this, just know that Rez is an asshole. So, Fight Club is a great film about a young man who's going through hell. His life just seems like it's not going right. He meets a guy who introduces him to a club of men that builds him with some camaraderie and allows him to elevate himself into the man that he feels like he should become. And at the end of the film, I don't know anything about what Rez is talking about, but at the end of the film, this man comes to the full realization that everything he needed was right there all along.
Because
that
he
is
was
Fight
Tyler
Club.
Durden.
We don't talk about Fight Club. And if you haven't seen it, it stars Edward Norton, Brad Pitt, and a bunch of other people that I can't think of right now because Rez is an asshole. 2-5. Go ahead.
All I was trying to say is what a tangled web we weave.
What a tangled web we weave. So, Spider-Man 4 just came out, and if you guys haven't noticed, it's the biggest movie in Marvel Cinematic history, falling in at number 4. It's one of the biggest films. I'm sorry, I misspoke. But it is number 4 on the all-time list of billion-dollar movies, and Spider-Man 4, arguably for me, is the best Spider-Man that Tom Holland has been able to put the shoes on for. I still don't think that he is the best iteration of Spider-Man that we have received. However, with this final film, the argument can now be had that Tom Holland might just be the best Spider-Man. Spider-Man 4 gives us a Peter Parker that, as you know, coming off of No Way Home, he made a wish that everybody would forget about him, and now we get to see Peter Parker going through life, being sad, just going through the motions of being Spider-Man, fighting daily villains, putting them in jail, and it's just a good comic book strip of just seeing Spider-Man just be Spider-Man. Then we get to dive in and see that Peter is absolutely depressed by himself, has nobody to talk to, and the only person that he can talk to only knows him as Spider-Man. So Peter Parker is pretty much dying, and Spider-Man is the only person that's alive.
Are you gonna leak the whole movie? That's the point of this?
Nah, we just talking about it. That's all. That's not a spoiler.
Besides the fact that it's called Brand New Day.
Brand New Day.
And
that's
Ed
only
Norton
the first 10 minutes.
Was Tyler Durden in Fight Club.
Edward Norton is the Incredible Hulk in 2008's Marvel Incredible Hulk
movie that kicked off the MCU.
The movie that kicked Iron Man did. Incredible Hulk actually came out afterward. Iron Man 1 kicked off the MCU.
I'm just messing with you at this point.
They'll do this.
Anyway,
so Spider-Man goes through, and I am so I've got this like real. So Spider-Man goes through. He has to realize, are you going to be Peter or are you going to be Spider-Man? He goes through the film, going through the motions of trying to figure out, okay, like, how can I make this work? Meets a couple of people along the way, great people. The film has a lot of surprise appearances, good guests. If you've seen the trailer, then he runs into Dr. Bruce Banner to help him figure out, like, how do I, figure this out? It's an adaptation.
My guy, Frank Castle.
Yes, 2-5's favorite guy, the Punisher, is in there as well.
Frank Castle's in there.
So yeah, Frank Castle's in the film. It's actually it's low key, kind of like a buddy cop movie if you kind of look at it from a different angle. But overall, we get to see Tom Holland and Zendaya and everybody, and the acting is actually really good. It doesn't feel like just another let's throw something at the wall and hope it sticks. They really came with a real good story, a real good plot. The emotional depth is there. It's not just bang bang shoot 'em up. Let's get another superhero thing out here. Big fight at the end. It's none of that. It's a real. Actually, it's a gut wrenching kind of film. There's a few people in the audience that were crying when I went. I saw it opening night on a Thursday. So please go see Spider-Man 4. It's amazing. Zendaya does a great job, and she looks.
And it wasn't green.
Good job,
like
Tom
Twilight,
Holland, for
right?
marrying that woman.
We
don't talk about that. We don't talk about that film. We don't talk about that.
I had to watch Twilight 2 the other night because of that.
Twilight 2 is fine. I only hate Twilight, the first one. It is terrible.
One of our fans said that Twilight is a cinematic masterpiece.
I don't know who that fan is. So
He was on our Instagram page.
Oh, it's a random guy?
Fans on Instagram page, yeah.
Oh, okay. You're an idiot.
No, it's not a random guy. It's a fan.
Keep watching, but you're wrong. Cinematic masterpiece and Twilight don't need to be in the same stratosphere, thought space, any type of process. That shit is ass.
Sis, did you see Spider-Man?
I did.
Did you feel like Jack feels about Spider-Man? I
do, but I feel like Jack gave a lot of the plot away for I didn't watch the preview. I'm a movie buff as well. They kind of know me by name, and I think I go see everything, but I didn't watch the preview before I went on purpose. And
she's a real cinephile.
And she's I was pleasantly surprised at everything that happened in it. And I feel like, there's so many good parts and chunks to it that I definitely think this was the best one for me as well. Me and Jack, we definitely agree on that. We had, and it was a very touching movie, to say that about Spider-Man, which is something you wouldn't really associate it with. But yeah, it was good.
All right, thank you for that.
And also, Crystal, just so everybody knows out there, did I give away anything crazy in the film? Even though you said I did a lot, I gave away the plot. Did I give away like anything real?
No, you didn't give away anything real, but I felt like the piece about what he goes through, I think you have to let them experience that. I don't think we should have told them, because we don't really want them to know that he has feelings.
Well, I only said that because most people watch the trailer, so I give away things that you can see already on the trailer
Oh,
without trying to, because I'm not diving into, there's a lot that's in that movie. There's
I
a lot
did.
of nah.
I
There's
did.
a lot of
Tune
that
in for the
movie.
Jack
If
and
you're an
Crystal Reviews
MCU,
movies pod
if you're an
next
MCU
week.
fan, you are going to enjoy this movie very,
Yeah.
very much, especially if you've been complaining over the
Yeah.
years.
Nice.
If you complain about this movie, just consider yourself not a movie buff and
Or a
stay home.
cinephile.
Or a cinephile. That sounds like pedophile a little bit, but okay.
But it's not though.
No. It's a real. That was the third one. Excuse you. No, Lindsay, it's the fourth film. It's Homecoming. Far away, way far, something like that. Far away from home, and then No Way Home.
Yeah, Far Away from
and
home,
then,
No Way Home, and now Brand New Day.
Brand New Day. But yeah, it's the fourth one.
And I saw that Miles Morales is coming at some point.
Oh no, she's talking to you. You say you watched Twilight 2. You watched the third one.
Oh, it was the third one. Fuck all of them. So I would never, you know what I'm saying? So I would never compare Twilight to Spider-Man. So why are you comparing yourself to these people out here on the internet?
I'm gonna do this very briefly. I got you. So on the Joe Budden podcast, on the Joe Budden podcast, they were having a conversation about the fact that Joe was just recently named the 15th highest paid podcaster in the world. He's either the world or in America, but he was behind. I think Charlamagne the God was like number 10. Joe was number 15 at $20 million a year for podding.
When did we start counting past 10?
I think because it was the top 25. It was the top 25.
To give people a participation trophy.
Well, I mean, I think making $20 million from podcasting ain't nothing to sneeze at. I mean, if we can make $20 million from podcasting, put me on that list. I don't care. Shoot, if we make $2 million between the three of us and Crystal,
give me 250,000.
I'm about to say, give me 200 right now.
200,000.
Like, dog.
I ain't talking about the money. I'm more talking about the stats. I didn't know we was going
You know what I'm saying?
past
Give me
10 on
200,000.
that.
I will bring you your shoes.
But the conversation was about the fact that the people who are on the pod have now started their own pod endeavors and stuff like that. Imani is one of them. Imani's been known. He's known for being somebody who's like one of Joe's friends, but also he's a musical artist himself. He was in the Harlem Boys choir growing up. Now he has his own pod, All Eyes on E, which has his own Patreon and all those things. And he was like, there's no way for me to get to the $20 million. And Joe was like, there's absolutely a way for you to get to what is for you. It may not be $20 million, but there's enough money out there for you to get enough for you to live off of and make a good life for yourself. And Imani started making all these excuses about why he wasn't going to be able to make it. And what I heard in it was when somebody cannot get out of their own way because they're so busy looking at somebody else's journey. And that's really what I was talking about, is like, stop comparing yourself to people, to people's like now. One, if you're Imani and you just started podding this year or last year, Joe Budden has literally been podcasting for 20 years. Like in one way, shape, form, or fashion, he's been doing it for 20 years. He's been actually having the pod that he's on now, he's had for 10 years. He was also a radio show host. He was also a rapper who had a song that was featured on video games and movies. It was not just a song on a soundtrack. It was the song that people knew from. He was also on Love and Hip Hop and other reality shows. He also hosted TV shows. So he did all of those things, and now he's podcasting. And because of all of those things and a little bit of luck and a little bit of just ingenuity, he's made his life to where
Diddy.
Oh boy, he's at a place where he's making $20 million a year to do something that he loves, which is podcasting. You can't compare your first year of doing something to somebody's 20th.
So can I give you the adverse? So you heard that, and what I heard was a really nice letdown. Like, I don't really want to date you again, but it was nice seeing you today. Because sometimes the reality is that if the person doesn't have it, it's better not to lie to them than it is to lie to them. It sounded like a really good letdown. And that letdown doesn't have to mean that he doesn't believe in him, but maybe he sees exactly what you said. He sees that he likes to play the victim more than he likes to play the victor. And if that's the case, then sometimes you have to let people have the day they deserve.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Thoughts?
Ooh.
Thoughts?
My thoughts are simple. I don't understand why people count people's pockets, especially when we're quote unquote friends. You know what I mean? I mean, the three of us, we laugh and joke. You know, Rez is a millionaire. Nobody knows that.
Oh,
but I just exposed it. But we all laugh and joke about it, because
We all
Rez
laugh
does
and joke
things.
about
Yeah, we joke about it because
Let me
Rez
hold
does
some
things that me and 2-5 can't do. Rez will fly to New York and come back home, and it's just like, yo, it's another day in the office.
for a
Whereas me
date
and
night.
2-5, yeah,
Oh, Crystal, you gonna join them now? This is crazy.
My
there we
bad, bro.
go.
Bro, I'm not
This is
joining that.
crazy.
I'm not joining. Can't
So,
get right. I'm not joining him.
so see,
You know
hey,
what I'm saying?
look,
Like this man literally
see?
had Cambodian breast milk.
Come on, dog. Cambodian breast milk, dog. That's him. That's him. Real Talk with Millionaire Rez, man. If y'all don't know what that is, Real Talk Rajon is an old podcast that Rez used to do. Where
We
he used to
love
introduce
that.
Thank you.
mad people that are really, really high up in the world, but he tries to downplay it like they were nobodies. I mean, top tier politicians.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
but, hey,
so one
I
of my
even
guests
bought a
was actually
T-shirt.
one of my guests was actually Representative Crystal Matthews, which is on the call right now.
Oh, okay. See?
There you go. There you go.
There we go. See? And this was what Rez was doing, man. He's
And I
keeping it
made the
low key.
T-shirts.
Yes,
Yeah.
she did.
Oh.
Yes, she did.
Did you
She
pay
made the
her for
original
my
t-shirts.
T-shirt?
Well, that wasn't the one you got. You didn't get the one that she made. The ones that she made are just mine. I have those.
The
Yeah.
gold and black one.
The gold and the black was, yeah.
Okay.
See, you remember
Okay.
with the circle.
Come on, man. I'm a
yeah.
good friend. I'm a good friend.
saying,
Come on,
I'm
man.
saying,
I
2-5
care.
doesn't
I
remember
care.
that. We'll talk about it
Yeah.
later.
Well, it's hard to remember when you're not a millionaire. But outside of that, I do think that Joe and Imani's relationship, I don't know, Joe and most of his friendships, they seem to be full of envy. You know what I'm saying? It's not flat out jealousy, but they're envious of Joe, and I don't understand why, because to be fair, without me being the one-hit wonder rapper that you guys always make fun of me to be, like none of y'all would be
None
in
of
this
you.
platform.
None of you.
And they all throw jabs at Joe like, "Oh, well, you ain't," and it's like, I'm the one with the $20 million podcast, not you niggas. The podcast is called Joe Budden Podcast, and y'all are just the crew that happen to eat off of it. So really, they should be licking his boots, but they don't, and then they get mad when they have their own opportunities and they fall off because they're not him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be Mike, but sometimes you just got to understand you're Marlon, and that's okay. That is okay.
It's okay to be Marlon.
It's okay to be Marlon.
And I'm glad you didn't say Randy.
One hit.
I'm glad you didn't say Randy, because Randy was like the musical director for the entire band. Like Randy was a big deal. So go ahead. Thank you.
No, never.
Marlon, no. Marlon, you get all the smoke. And Marlon's actually producing the Joe Jackson movie for y'all. So if you enjoyed Michael, get ready for the manager. It's really a thing. It's really a thing. Yes, it's really a thing.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of bite the hand that feeds you. And, and especially my guy Antoine. He be getting all up in Joe, man. Pause.
Jesus Christ.
I said it. Even though we said that after Pride Month we wasn't gonna be saying it no more, but I guess we still saying it.
We don't really have a reason to say pause. It's like, whatever. He said it.
You know what I mean? But like a lot of it is where Joe is today came from years of embarrassment, years of failing. He failed upward in a way. You know what I mean? Like that Michael Jordan commercial where he's like, I didn't make all the game winners or whatever the case may be. I got cut from my varsity high school team. Those things have to happen. So guys like Imani, he's been along for the ride. And now that he's here, he hasn't necessarily failed in that way. Like, because, he's got awards for his music. You know what I mean? So he hasn't failed in that way because he always had Joe to lean on. The only reason I know who he is because of Joe.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Well, even though, go ahead.
I was just going to say, to your point, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And I think that a lot of people don't recognize that the discipline that it takes to actually get to that level. And people who ride your coattails, they don't actually have to actually have discipline because they're leaning on yours. So they're always going to think they deserve what you have, even though they have not had the discipline that you've had to be able to not only drag yourself, but them with you.
That part.
Yeah, like I never even heard Imani on a song that wasn't a Joe Budden song until last year.
I've never heard him sing. Except
he has a song called Money Signs. It's phenomenal. Check it out.
Yeah, I downloaded his album, you know what I'm saying? I was supporting gang. But you know, but at the end of the day, that's all it is. Like a guy like Ice, right? Who works at Death Row. So you know what I mean? He's known for other things outside of the Joe Budden pod.
Black Twitter.
But he still, to some degree,
is a stretch.
Well. I mean, okay, yeah. But the point being, like, no one would even know who he was without Joe Budden. Like,
right.
Even with the Death Row piece, I know who Suge Knight is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Heard of Ice. You know,
I don't know Ice.
Right. Well, like Crystal probably doesn't know who Ice is. She probably never heard of Ice. See?
Yeah.
Like,
yes, I do actually. They are arresting people and taking them across the border.
Oh damn!
Thank you, sis.
I thought she was going to say. I thought she was going to say
that.
I thought she was going to say what that girl walked in and saw, but you know what I'm saying? I thought that's where we were going with it. But.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nah, but I think it's very akin to the 50 Cent situation. You know, Tony Yayo and them, they're like, oh yeah, 50 always made sure we ate. 50 always did this. And it's like, okay, I'm glad 50 Cent did that for you, but what did you do
for
your own?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? You just waiting on another man to supply your life? He
not Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder taking all 13 of them kids to Disney.
Yo, to Disney is crazy. Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, man. But you know,
hey, before we get out of here though, just because Uncle Murder said it, you ever heard a Myth Bleak verse that you liked?
Yes.
2-5. Stop.
Stop.
Yes.
Hold on now. I like Memphis Bleak.
I'm not saying Memphis Bleak is ass, but stop.
I like Round Here. I like Round
That's
Here.
what Uncle Murder said. He said the only verse he like is the one Jay-Z wrote. That was
He
it.
did say that.
He did.
But I was just trying to figure out if this was consensus. Like
I
y'all
heard
like
Round
Memphis
Here.
Bleak? Hey, that's my song.
I heard Round Here. Yeah, Round Here is dope.
Hey, you know
even though he got outshined by Trick Daddy, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
But that was a Trick beat though. That wasn't a New York beat. That was a down south beat.
What I heard around here was out of the mouth of 2-5 himself. Russell Westbrook is a better point guard than Jason Kidd, and I think
that's not what I said. It was the reverse.
What?
It was the reverse. I said the reverse.
What now?
Yo, you gonna get this topic in, dog. Go ahead, dog.
I would just want everybody to know, if you're leaving, thank you for the first time and last time listeners. This is officially our sports time.
Yeah, we were going to talk about LeBron.
But there is no there is a LeBron thing. He went to Philly.
No,
congrats.
Yeah.
I love LeBron. Home team. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Ohio. Ohio. All right.
Oh,
she's from Ohio. She's from Sandusky, Ohio. What are you doing?
No, that's fine.
Wait a minute. Did he turn his screen off on me?
He turned his whole screen off. That's crazy. She's a guest, 2-5. She's a guest.
That's how you treat company?
That was
no
crazy.
Home training at all.
2-5, I ain't even
don't act like you ain't
That's
coming
crazy.
here guns blazing at one of the hosts.
She did.
You can't start the OK Corral and then get mad at a BB gun.
That's crazy. Hey, Jack, get through the Russell Westbrook topic, dog. I'm trying to eat my pizza.
And stop lying.
Oh, my bad. All right, so 2-5 didn't say that. 2-5 actually had a legitimate argument about Russell Westbrook and Jason Kidd, and apparently it's been a thing that people keep disrespecting Russell Westbrook like he's a loser. And I just want to give a few facts about Russell Westbrook. You can take them, you can leave them. It's up to you. Russell Westbrook has the most triple doubles in NBA history. He has as many scoring titles as Kobe Bryant. He has more 50-point games than Shaq. He is the second person ever to have a 20-20-20 game. He has more career points than Kevin Garnett, more All-NBA teams than Dwayne Wade. He has more seasons averaging 10 assists than Jason Kidd. He also has more playoff wins than Charles Barkley, more playoff points than Reggie Miller, and he has more seasons averaging 10 rebounds or more than Yao Ming. So all you people that keep talking shit about Russell Westbrook and saying this dude is ass, sit down on something fat, turn, spin, get up, and sit on it again.
Oh.
Fuck you. Westbrook is that guy.
All that.
Oh.
All that. All that. And Kevin Durant still left his ass like you would leave Brittany Renner.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you know what I'm saying?
She turned her camera off now.
To keep it going, Russell Westbrook has as many rings as Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Once Kevin Durant
has a finals appearance.
Hey, once Kevin Durant left, and he still had Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, he had as many playoff series wins as Tracy McGrady.
That's not true. That
is true. They didn't win a playoff
beat
series.
James Harden in the Rockets in the series.
That wasn't that. That was later. That came later.
That was a playoff series, and they won.
That came later.
That was after KD left.
So I don't mean to interrupt this fight, but being that I'm your first female guest, does that mean I get a free T-shirt?
Yes.
I'm about to say Rez is T-shirt gang. And he's a millionaire. So
wait, didn't I make the T-shirt?
Yeah, why don't you? Yeah, Jack, why don't you get Russell Westbrook a triple doubles in NBA history T-shirt so he can put something on his wall?
You did make the T-shirts.
I did make the T-shirt.
That's right. I just sent them their T-shirts. So I'm gonna.
I want something else.
Thank you.
Well, can I just pay you to make your own T-shirt of the thing? No. All right, cool. Then we'll send you a mug.
Don't take no mug. You better ask that man for some lobster. We know who this is.
I want a mug.
Yeah, I'm not. I promise. I'm not rich, y'all.
I support the podcast. I want a mug. I'm
Matter of fact, tell him to go to Maine, get you a lobster, and then bring it back because it's nothing for him on the price.
It be your own people, Rajon. It be your own people.
Crystal, I'm trying here, dog. I'm trying.
Hey, if you guys don't know, man, go check out Rez's page, man. Check him out, man. He goes.
No, that man. I told that man. I said
he goes to every San Fran game.
I said, yo,
no matter what.
I said, I know South Carolina got that good seafood. And he said, I eat my seafood off the coast of Malta.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
That's that money. That's that $1 million.
That's what I'm saying.
The lies that are being told on this podcast.
It's wild, man.
Hey,
Rez
listen.
said he organized the San
I got
Francisco 49ers takeover.
I got you.
And they went to Jacksonville, and they literally took over the entire stadium because
We
Rez
did.
orchestrated that.
That's actually true. That's actually true. But not because I paid for it. It's because I know all the stadium chants from Levi. And so I was teaching the crowd the stadium chants, and they were doing them. And we had more fans there.
Rez bought like 5 of Bill Gates mosquitoes.
What we got to do, sis?
We got to go check out Cosm in Atlanta then for a game.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all don't know what Cosm is?
Cosm is fire. If
Jack
you don't know what
knows
it is.
what Cosm is.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get with me and Jack, yo. Like, Jack, you got to tell them what Cosm is. Not right now, maybe, but we got to go to a Cosm game.
Cosm is basically like a super theater that gives you the in-world experience. So if you go, it'll feel like you're actually in the game. If you're watching from the stadium, it puts you in the stands. It's an amazing experience.
Oh,
for
I've seen
everybody
that. Yeah.
Texas,
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. People go there to watch Russell Westbrook shoot 29% from 3.
May the Lord watch.
Hey, listen. This is a great pod, y'all.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to say something about Clyde, but nobody knows who that is. So anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? If you think you know football.
They call him champion, though.
They do call him a champion. Off of who? Hakeem, the Dream. Clyde is a guy that we don't even know about. He lost to Jordan.
Yeah, they called Russell Westbrook left at the altar.
Does Clyde have MVP? Oh, okay. Anyway, if you think you know football.
He got a gold medal.
If you think you know football, please come in and prove it, guys. The Say Less Say More Pick'em is officially active and open. We're going to put it in the comment section, so if you want to join up, you can. There's going to be a prize at the end of the season. We'll disclose more towards the end of the season. Just keep watching, keep tuning in. But Say Less Say More Pick'em is officially a thing. We want all the fans to get in. Please, please, please click the link when you see it. It's free. You can win money. You can win merch. And as always, we appreciate everyone who tunes in, whether you're a first-time or a last-time listener. We're just 3 guys with a perspective, hoping to deliver a diverse way of thinking. Open dialogue always, always, always expands intelligence. I am Radical Jack, a.k.a. DJ Radical Jack. That's 2-5, a.k.a. Clyde Drexler is still alive. And that is El Residente, a.k.a. I hope my team stays injury-free for most of the season. Rajon Lewis, and we are Say Less, Say More.
And shout out to our first guest, well, our second guest, but our first lady guest, Crystal Matthews, my sister, my friend, OHIO. I love you so much. She came in, she brought the energy, she represented for the ladies, and she whooped Jack's tail. And on that note, we got to get out of this podcast. We love y'all so much, man. We love y'all.
What?
LeBron.
That's crazy.
Oh.
All right, say bye.
A lot of people love to talk, but they don't really say nothing. You can drop a like and go subscribe, knowing 2-5 probably finna hate something. Chop it up about the game, give a little game, knowing you can take something. We just saying less and saying more, should've known before you in the right place. You know Jack can keep it radical. A little crazy with his take, but he gon' keep it factual. And you know he been a fan of wrestling since attitude. We ain't here to be the ones you playing with. Red steady dropping gems only for relationships. We ain't never thinking Liam Neeson if you take it. Come and tap in with your favorites. Hey, we gon' talk about your latest. Yeah, come and tune into the station. Come and listen to this conversation. Like and subscribe, we going live. We gon' tell you what you need to hear in perfect moderation. Wait. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Remember we be saying more while they saying less. It's like a game of chess. Hey, hold up.